Good morning.
Hello, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, everyone. I had to clear my throat there. No, I was swallowing tea and speaking at the same time.
Okay.
Ow! Sheesh. God, apparently, dislocating my thoracic spine will help me clear my throat.
I was about to do Heimlich maneuver,
Yeah,
and I thought maybe that was too much.
Wow. Let's start over. Hello, everyone. Now that I just got a chiropractic adjustment, we're happy to see you all again today. We're going to talk about a variety of different things. We want to talk about one of the things that we think is most important that we've seen clinically. Both of us have worked for years on our patients to help them with this in the clinic setting, in the treatment rooms, as well as workshop Laura's given. She teaches yoga, I teach Tai Chi, I've taught meditation classes, she's taught meditation classes. So we just want to take some of that knowledge that we've gained over the years and apply it to talking about it today. The main thing is, we said last week, we were talking about meditation, etc., is the first thing we do in life is take an inhale, and the last thing we do when we leave this world is exhale. So there's a lot of breaths in between. So Laura's going to talk in a moment about the benefits of good breathing, proper breathing. I do pediatrics also. I've taught this to kids. I have a lot of children that I've treated over the years with anxiety, which is sad to me in the sense that you're 7, how can you have anxiety? But I would never say that to the child, of course, because I just feel badly for them that they're 7 and anxiety. They're not dealing with adult issues as a 7-year-old. And it's worked very effectively. So Laura's going to show a really cool 5-finger meditation for kids. And for any parents, it doesn't have to be just for kids, but it's something that can work well with children.
Yeah.
But there's so many health benefits to proper breathing, which is applied in meditation as well. I mean, one of the first things both of us cover when we work with meditation workshops and teaching them is proper breathing. I know that Angela does that as our Reiki practitioner. I know Siobhan did teaching yoga at our place. So there's so much importance about proper breathing. So I'm going to hand it over to Miss Laura
and
here.
we really wanted to focus on Sundays on something for relaxation and something, with a positive, helping you have a positive mindset and perhaps some mindfulness as well. Since a lot of us, have a habit of going to church or some other
synagogue, temple, ashram.
And we might not be able to do that right now, so let's create a wonderful, relaxing space and healing space at home. So breathing, I love that it's really taken the forefront as far as so many people hearing about it. And there's so many health benefits that we've talked about some, and we really want to get into it for adults today, but also for kids, because it's so important. We have such a huge change in our lifestyle right now for adults and children alike. And it can be helpful for the children, and also if you're at home trying to homeschool, this can be a nice technique that we're going to teach you today to help out with those moments when it might get a little bit more stressful or anxiety ridden. So breathing actually can help us focus better, and that's one way in the in-home classroom. If things seem to be like they're going off track, or we're losing some focus, or maybe it's just one of those days where you wake up and you think your brain is just not functioning the way you want it to.
It happens to adults and children all the time.
Yeah. So breathing can actually help out with your thinking, your focus, and they're actually finding that meditation can be really helpful for prevention of Alzheimer's and dementia. So
it helps control anxiety. It helps promote emotional health, balancing the anxiety, depression issues.
Yes.
It enhances self-awareness and how we are about ourselves.
Yep.
It lengthens the attention span, which is great, as what Laura was just referencing within the classroom, the online classrooms.
Helping with lowering blood pressure. It helps out with slowing down the heart rate. It helps take us out of fight or flight mode, which is that panic mode that we sometimes will go into if we're having an anxiety attack. So when that happens, we're not able to think as clearly, and it gets all of our systems ramped up to an unhealthy point. So you always hear that reference, in the old days, you wanted that fight or flight response when you're being chased by a tiger or a lion. These days, that's not so much, the case. But there are things out there right now that can cause that fight or flight response.
Yeah.
And we don't want to stay in that mode. So breathing and meditation can help take you out of that. So this 5-finger breathing technique is very simple. I think it's good. I think everyone can use their own hand so that you can practice it at home, and then you can actually teach it to kids and also adults and teenagers. It's a very simple technique, and I love it because the focus is also on touch. So just that aspect of touch can sometimes take you out of that spinning thought mode,
monkey mind,
where you're just like thinking the same thing over and over again.
Right.
This idea of really matching your touch with your breath can be helpful. So let's bring our hand up, and if you were teaching it, you could say a star hand, and your fingers are spread, and then you're going to take your other hand and you're going to start by your wrist on the outside of your thumb, and as you go up the finger, you're going to inhale to the count of 3. So inhaling 2, 3, pausing at the top of the finger, and exhaling as you come down the other side. So inhaling 2, 3, pausing at the top, and exhaling as you come down the other side. Just continuing that, inhaling 2, 3, pausing at the top, holding your breath, and exhaling as you come down the other side. Inhaling 2, 3, pausing at the top, exhaling as you come down the other side. Inhaling 2, 3, and pausing and exhaling as you come all the way down to the wrist again. Then you can continue that cycle, and if you want to add in that, you can inhale through the nose to the count of 3, pausing and exhaling through the mouth for a cleansing breath to the count of 3, and continuing that cycle, inhaling through the nose, pausing, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, pausing, exhaling through the mouth. The reason why we have people count sometimes is just so that they don't end up like, really
or holding
fast.
their breath also.
Yeah, or holding their breath.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So that counting can really help, and you can do it on both hands. If you want to go through a cycle, you can have them do it on one hand and then have them do it on the other. If it feels awkward to do it on the other, then you can just do the same hand. Maybe do it, when you're showing them, you can show them a cycle and then do it on the other hand, and maybe go through it again on each hand. So you can usually see when you're working with someone as they're starting to calm down. I would say at a minimum to do it on 2 cycles, one hand and the other. One thing I do like to add at the end, a little acupressure piece of it that ties in our Chinese medicine, is the ends of our fingers are they're powerful points that are called Tingwell or Jingwell points. There's 2 names, but if you want to spell it, it would be Jing, Jing, well points, and also called Ting, well points. Yep. So they're really powerful points on the meridians. And at the end of your breathing exercise with kids or with adults, I like to just take my fingers and just grasp both sides of the nail here and just give it a little squeeze. And you could try that out right now, and you're going to find that it's pretty sensitive there. Because those are actually, there's acupuncture points all over the hands. Yeah. So just doing that.
Firm pressure, not hard.
Yeah. You want to be able to feel it, definitely. And then if you want to, you can do both hands as well. So adding that in, these points are transformation points. So they're said to take stagnation and turn it into movement or chi. So if you feel like you're stuck in that thinking mode, or you're stuck, you can't focus, these are transformation points. And there's one on the end, and I always like to throw in our beautiful poetic medicine. There's one on the end, on the inside of the little nail, that's heart 9, and that's on the heart channel or the heart pathway.
So last point of the heart meridian. Yep.
Yeah. And I was doing some reading. It's the end of the heart channel, and it treats depression by allowing a person to reconnect to their source of inspiration and joy. And I just thought that was beautiful. Yeah. So if you want some inspiration and joy this Sunday, you can work with that heart 9 point.
And how easy is that? I mean, breathing in and up, going up and down the hands. And a couple other things to add to what Laura said about proper breathing, whether it's in meditation or just the 5-finger on both hands like we just saw. It's really great for one thing that always comes up when I do any research on meditation, everything. Meditation and proper breathing create kindness. Isn't that just awesome?
Yeah.
It creates kindness.
Yeah.
So I think we all need a big dose of that with each other, understanding in different parts. I mean, when you read some of these terrible things that are happening in our state, you know, east of here, it's just your heart breaks. So you have to do, you know, you can do this just to generate that feeling and send that to them, and understanding kindness and healing. So.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. We could go on and on. Like we always say this every time we're in front of the camera here. We could spend 4 hours talking about this.
Yep.
So, and also just around this time when we're all more in the house, proper breathing and meditation also very good for treating addictions, for things like OCD. I'm very OCD about going through a lot of stuff and boxes and stuff. So it really helps balance that. So we can't say enough of how important proper breathing, meditation, whatever your insightfulness is in for yourself, you can just apply this to it. It's not replacing it. It can be done anywhere. As Laura said earlier, you can sit in your car to do it. You can sit in your bedroom and do it. You've got your hands right in front of you to try this. So
Right. So we hope you have a beautiful, relaxing, restful, and just restorative Sunday, really.
that's the word I was looking for. Great
All
word.
right.
Restorative.
See you
Thank you, everybody,
We'll
as
see you
always,
tomorrow.
for joining us. We love doing this, and
Thanks.
see you the next time.